Well, hi, everybody. Tickets are starting to sell out fast, and I would be remiss if I didn't let you know all about it. Come on in. Let's get up to date. Welcome, everybody. I'm Bill Bateman, part of the team here at OSTA, the Oregon State Tenants Association, with another OSTA update. And it is approximately noon on the 24th, and I just got word we are about 75 to 80% sold on the tickets. That means if you're going to get a ticket to the conference, and I do understand tickets are not available at the door, as it's pre-sale because we have a limited amount of space, we have a limited amount of sandwiches and materials, so we want everybody to get what we're promising. So please order your tickets in advance, and if you're going to do it, please order them online, because we are about at the limit. If you drop a check in the mail and you send it to us and then we send you something back, it can be tight. In fact, I would say that is not a good idea. So if you're going to get tickets, if you haven't purchased yet, grab them online. You go to the OSTA website. There's a link. Click, boink, it happens. Instant gratification. I think it's a great idea. I'm thankful. I am just beyond stunned how quickly this sold. And don't miss out. There's a lot of good things happening. I do want to remind folks, by the way, so tickets are about 75 to 80% sold. Buy them online. Mail could get delayed. And the other thing is, folks are still sending stuff, primarily checks and memberships and tickets and things, to our old address in Eugene. That can get delayed up to 5 to 6 weeks. So if you're hoping to come to the conference, you may want to phone in and let us know you sent to the old address, and we can check the listings for you. It's just important to use the new address, and I'm going to give it to you again. It's on the website. It's on our newsletters. It's just about every place. The only thing we didn't do is hire the skywriter because it's too windy. So the new address, anything you're going to mail to OSTA, send it to 105 West Bolz, B-O-L-Z Road, number 1587 in Phoenix, Oregon, 97535. That number again, write it in the dust on the dashboard, 105 West Bolz, B-O-L-Z Road, 1587, Phoenix, Oregon, 97535. Well, let's talk about the conference. There's a lot of excitement. The program is out. I'm going to kind of go through it and send some shout-outs to people who are helping us out, people who are supporting, and give you an idea of what you're going to be seeing and what's going to be taking place. So first of all, food is always important, and we want to send a shout-out to St. Mikey's Wings and More. They're helping us out with home-style comfort foods and original East Coast flavor. And you can find out all about them when you get there, because they're doing lunch and it's going to be good. And we want to thank Independent Spirit Graphics, who have provided us with our graphic design services. Thank you very kindly. Looking at the actual program, at 10:30, check-in begins. There'll be some coffee available for you. 11 o'clock, opening remarks, and following very shortly, about 11:05, maybe 11:10, we'll have a special guest, Representative Pam Marsh, who's going to have an opportunity to speak to us. We'll also have a presentation from Rita Loberger, who's an activist and past president of OSTA. Then we're going to have some workshops, and I'll tell you more about that at 11:35. Now, coming at 12:20, lunch, as I mentioned, by St. Mikey's, and at 12:35, an expert panel on the topic of mediation. More details coming on that, followed by a speaker at 1:05, Samantha Sheehan from the Oregon Law Center. And then at 1:35, we'll have a speaker, Travis Worthington, who's the Deputy Chief Fire Marshal for Eugene. This promises to be very, very good. 2 o'clock, Going to have a raffle prize drawing. And at 2:10, we'll have a Q&A with attorney Matthew Johnson. Now, there'll be details on that. Make sure you get all the details so you're not unhappy, because people tend to get kind of frosty when they want to ask questions, and there's a lot of you and only one presenter. We'll have an awards ceremony, some prize drawings. The event ends at 3, but we'll stick around till 4 o'clock when they're going to kick us all out. Some business sponsors I'm going to thank. Leda Coral, a Safe Air Now representative. Filterless air scrubbing, which sounds just interesting as the dickens. The Oregon Housing Alliance. And we want to thank CASA of Oregon. Alex Anand, who is a representative and the center director there in Sherwood of CASTA. I mentioned Pam Marsh is going to be there. Unless you've been on the moon, you realize she is the pioneer of HB 3054, which got passed. Thank you very much. I mentioned Rita, who's a past OSTA president. Samantha Sheehan from the Oregon Law Center will be talking about her role on the Eviction Defense Project. That's initiated by the passage of SB 586 and some of the services offered by her to the community. And Travis Worthington, as I mentioned, Deputy Chief Fire Marshal, is going to talk about fire prevention and safety training for manufactured and floating home owners. So Fire Safety Week begins on October 6th, and the workshops, well, those are next, and they're building a community newsletter, knowing your rights, becoming an empowered community, making your voice heard, and community outreach, and a thing on Tenants Association. Little mini chances to get some information and a quick chance to connect. And there's going to be a live Q&A. Matthew Johnson, who is an attorney and a board member, and it's important, we have several attorneys who are board members of OSTA. That does not mean they are OSTA attorneys. A lot of people get confused. Just because they're an attorney and they are on our board doesn't mean they're representing OSTA. Don't get that confused. Matthew's an excellent attorney and just a lot of fun to talk to. I always like working with Matthew. And he's going to hear your questions. They must be submitted in advance. Leave your questions in the drop box at Matthew's Tenant Association workshop table. That's how we make sure the most pressing questions get asked and answered, and we don't have 20 people asking the same question and it just becomes a big old mess. So questions must be submitted in advance. We'll answer all of those that we have time for, and that's kind of important. Expert panel is going to be on mediation. We're going to have Ken Pryor from MMCRC, Brian Stevens, a professional mediator, and Angela Garvin, who's a past OSTA president and a tenant with a lot of landlord mediation experience. I'm going to be your moderator, and we'll give everybody a chance to respond to questions on those topics, and we'll try and get as much light as we can. We're going to also have some awards, and there'll be a raffle for $1. You can get some interesting things. We talked about Fire Safety Month coming up. One of the prizes, a home fire safety kit, including a fire extinguisher, an ABC dry chemical type. Those are pretty good. And we'll also have a community organizer kit, which is a fairly nice package. That's around $250 worth of stuff. Microphones, electronics, updated brochures, flyers, can really help you get going. And also you will get a discounted list of things you can buy, list of things that may be of help to you, and that's kind of nice. And a lot of them even include free shipping. And remember, the new address is on Bowles Road, Suite 1587. We'll have all that when you get there. So that's what's happening at the conference. I am very impressed with the amount of work that's gone into this conference, with the positive support we are receiving from you, and the fact tickets are going like hotcakes. So one final reminder, you're going to get a ticket, better do it online. Bring your questions, expect to submit them, and we're going to do the best we can to answer as much as we can and help you make connections that are going to help you down the road, because that's what OSTA is about. It's about empowering you to make good decisions, to have good information, and hopefully this conference is just the first step in a long line of informational pieces to help you down the road. Okay, that's it for today. More as it becomes available. We'll see you at the conference. Be safe. The preceding program was a presentation of Retired Guy Productions.